So 1 Samuel 8, and today is kind of reading is very sad because it shows that God sees how the Israelite, like, even when he took them out of Egypt, they turned away and they worship other god and rejected him as their Lord and King, and they haven't been faithful to him. And we can see that through like Exodus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, especially Judges, how they keep on going after other gods and worshiping gods that are worthless. And now Samuel is old, and his children, he fall into the same, he sees what happened to Eli and his children, and yet when he have children, he does the same thing, where his children accept bribery, and that's just he repeats the same mistakes that Eli did. But it seems like his children are not as wicked as Eli's children. But so the people wants a king, wants a leader, and they reject God, and God sees that in their heart, that it's just that the root of the everything is that they reject God, and they want a king similar to other nations. Like, being special, being led by God is not good enough to them. They want to be normal. They want to be like other nations, and I don't understand why they would want to follow after other nations when they have a good and loving God. Maybe because God doesn't speak to them as often or something. It seems like there are periods of time where he is silent. Like, God is not like always there in their presence, and like, so I guess that's like that distance like caused them to want someone more present. But I'm not sure. But anyways, what God wrote is, or what God said, is really true. And when I read this and I think about all the kings and like people who are in leadership, yes, they take people like property, they take people talent and use it for their own good. And so that's actually what a king does. And when I think about it, it's like so true and kind of like selfish in a way, because a king is not actually the servant of the people. He's not defending the people. He's defending his own interests most of the time. It's very rare to have a king that is have a servant-like heart instead of like a control, power, hungry person. So that's what God said, and I think it's true. It's very, very true. But they didn't listen, and they want a king. And God actually said that there will come a day where you will cry out for the relief from the king you have chosen, but the Lord will not answer you in that day. And I wonder what that is referring to. So Samuel repeated what they want before the Lord, and God said, listen to them and give them a king. And so Samuel told them to go back to their own towns, and they will have a king.